Good morning, Jolly Cruise family. My name is Jason, and I am the Jolly Cruise vlogger. And on today's episodes of Waves and Vlogs Behind the Cruise Lens, we talk to Clint from Wanderwind Adventures, or better known as the TikTok Cruise Director. Yeah, that's him, the one that you see all the time all over TikTok with the spork. We talk a little bit about the spork. We talk about where he wants to go on the social media aspect out, where he loves to see cruising going, and also his beef with Captain Float Daddy. What is all that about? Well, stay tuned to find out. All right, good morning, everybody. I'm here with Clint from Wanderwind Adventures, and he's a great person. If you ever watch any of his TikToks, you know he's a lot about cruising, a lot about family, and I don't know why he doesn't have a spork with him right now, or maybe he does and just not. He's got the spork. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, Clint, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your social media handles? What's the best way for people to watch your content?
So right now I'm primarily on TikTok. I'm expanding and trying to get everything uploaded to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all those places. But right now the primary place where I post is going to be on TikTok. It's Wonderwind Adventures. I'm the self-proclaimed TikTok cruise director. So I'm here to help guide you through your cruising adventure.
And like I said, he's always got it. He always does all of his talking with this spork, and so does his wonderful wife. And I've even seen the kid in TikToks with the spork.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a family thing. We've done vacations and we've done cruising and it just started off. And I mean, I have a video that talks specifically about the spork and why we use the spork, and it just it's gotten out of hand, to be honest. The spork, I was talking to a guy last night. We're going to be on the same cruising next year in May,
Okay.
and he was like, "If I bring a spork, will you sign it?" And I'm like, "I am not that famous yet. What do you do? What are you talking about?" And he was just like, "If I bring a spork, will you sign it?" I'm like, "Yep, sure will. I absolutely will."
Yeah, if you're going to do it, I'll do it. No problem.
Yeah.
So, what is it about cruising that got you and your family into it?
It honestly, it all started with uh, just a bunch of people I know, coworkers, referring partners that I work with. Everybody talks about cruising, and they're just like, "This is the greatest thing ever." And I was like, "Okay, well now I'm intrigued." We hadn't been on many vacations since COVID and all that, and it was all shut down. And we were like, "Okay, let's try a cruise." We put it off for like a good 2 years because my wife, she gets severely motion sick. So we kind of dove into it. We did the research. We started getting on YouTube and looking up everything we possibly could, figuring out what cruise lines we want to go on, figuring out what trips we want to go on, what itineraries, the hacks, cruise hacks for days. I mean, we'd sit out on the back porch or in living room or in bed, and there'd always be some kind of cruise content on the TV. So many ship walks throughs, live streams, everything. And we kind of just like buried ourselves in it. So by the time we went on our first cruise, we felt like pros. We were like, oh, no, mustard drill first. Nope, yep, we got the drink package because we're drinkers. Like I felt like we knew everything, and the stuff we couldn't find, which was the main reason why I wanted to start doing videos and start, because we're planning on doing a YouTube like full fledged channel one day. But the stuff we couldn't find, I was like, well, how do I figure this stuff out? And I could never find any information or content or anybody that was truly doing a lot of it.
Right.
And it was family stuff. Cruising has predominantly been like man and wife, a retired couple, no kids involved. So, we started looking up Disney cruises first, going, okay, that's the family cruise. That's the one we want to go on. And we start looking at ships and everything and different cruise lines. And there's a lot of family activities that I feel like aren't being documented properly. So that's kind of how we got started. We wanted to bring out the content that we knew needed to be out there for other families and such. And then it's kind of, just spitballed into me holding a spork and being funny talking about cruises. But a lot of what we've talked about and discussed and planned, our longer form content is going to be based towards family cruising. So
Right.
I'm really excited to see that play out. We've got to get a couple more cruises under our belts, get some more footage and content. Because of course, we got off our first cruise and we're like, oh, we're totally starting a YouTube channel now. We're doing it. It's
Oh yeah.
happening. That's kind of how it all started.
It's kind of the reverse for me. I started off doing YouTube before I really did anything on Instagram and TikTok and things like that. But now it's pretty easy to just grab your phone, upload a TikTok video real quick, and then go from there.
Yeah,
Versus
absolutely.
doing the longer form on YouTube when you're sitting there editing for 6, 7, 8 hours at a day sometimes.
Yeah,
That's the hard part.
yeah, yeah. It's really easy for me to sit down and pump out 5, 6 videos on TikTok. It would take me 3 days on a long form video by all means.
Right. So which cruise lines have you done? Did you end up doing your Disney
So
cruise?
we never did our Disney cruise. I still really want to go on a Disney cruise, but the price point is just it's high. And I complain about it on TikTok all the time. I just keep waiting on Disney to go, well, will you shut up if we put you on a free cruise? Because that'd be, the best way to shut me up is to put
Right.
me on a free cruise. Is it going to happen? Probably not. We've only ever sailed Carnival,
Okay.
mainly just price point. They've got out of Galveston, they seem to have the cheaper cruises. So we were scheduled in October to go on our first Royal Caribbean cruise. And then next May, we're also going on Royal Caribbean. And then next October, we're trying out Norwegian. So we're going to try and hit them all. We're really wanting to try out MSC. We're really wanting to look into a Virgin cruise, do an adults only one. Princess, I mean, Viking, everything. We really want to just go on every cruise ship possible.
Well, no, I personally agree so as well. It's kind of like I think of cruise ships and cruise lines like Pokemon. You got to catch them all.
You got to catch them all. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we've primarily done Carnival as well for that exact same point of price point. I got a family of 5, and it's cheaper to do 2 cabins on a Carnival for a 7-day cruise than it is for all 5 of us to be in one cabin on a Disney cruise for a 4-day cruise.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we're doing Carnival. We primarily stuck with Carnival. We've done Princess, we've done Margaritaville, we've done Norwegian. We've got a Royal. We're planning Royal in February, planning MSC, another Norwegian next year. So we're getting out there, but it helps that we live here in Florida too.
Oh yeah, no. See, and I'm an 8-hour drive from the nearest port, and that's either New Orleans or Galveston. So
Ooh.
they're all south of me.
See, we're lucky. I've got within an hour I can go to Port Canaveral. Hour I'm in Tampa, 3 hours I'm in Miami. So I can hit all the big ones when I need to.
Yeah, no, that's got to make it a lot easier. I mean, you still got to get the cruises and pay for the cruises. And I just dropped a video this morning talking about casino offers, and that's honestly going to be my goal, is to try and get on that casino offer list this year.
We just picked up our nephew on Sunday morning. He came down from Ohio and went on the Carnival Vista on a free casino cruise.
Nice.
And so he had a free. Well, it's free. You still got to pay the taxes and all that other stuff. But he had an 8-day cruise and he had an ocean view, free ocean view, and an 8-day cruise. His ocean view had 2 bathrooms.
What?
Exactly. When he told me that, I was like, "What?" I didn't think. I was like, "Did you get a suite?" And he was like, "No, it was just a regular window." That was impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, and I'm so intrigued by those because like I never gotten a casino offer, and I typically go and sit at least an hour at a blackjack table, which I figured out isn't the best way to get a casino offer unless you're at the high rollers table dropping hundreds.
Right.
But you got to play the slots.
Or if you're going to sit at the tables, what I've learned is talk to the pit boss.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's just like regular casinos.
Yep, the pit boss is able to manually go in there and put in, oh well, let's give them an upgrade. Let's give them a steak dinner or something like that. They're able to manually manipulate things. So
yeah, well, and I learned from a buddy early on when I was 20, 21, whatever, who taking me to casinos and whatever. You got to talk to them like they're your best friend already. You don't know them from Adam, but talk to them and be like, "Hey, Joe, what's up, man? How are you?" They see 200 people a day. They remember the people who truly spend money, but he may be thinking, "Did I meet them last week? Were they here
Right.
last night? I don't remember. Oh yeah. Hey guys, what's up? And if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So ask them for free stuff.
What you just said is a quote that I tell my kids all the time. Like, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. If they say no, no big deal. You're fine.
Yeah, doesn't hurt you. Being in, different sales roles for 15-ish years, no has never been a bad word. And so many people are afraid to get a no, to get that rejection. So I've always been like, I'm not afraid. I'll ask the question. If it's a no, it's a no. Cool. Roll on.
Yeah. So when you're on a cruise, what kind of cabin do you prefer? Interior, balcony, does it matter?
To me specifically, I love a balcony. Balcony is my favorite. I'm sure it's the fan favorite. Everybody would choose a balcony, but I'm not opposed to staying in an interior. If I'm on the boat, I'm happy. That's all I want. I just put me on the ship
Mm-hmm.
and point me towards the buffet.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I've always said that a cruise day is better than a work day any day, and as long as I'm on the ship, I don't really care. That's fine because I know I'm not at work technically. I know from the YouTube side of things, yes, a cruise ship is a lot of work because you always got ship tours and you're always worried about, is my camera charged? Do I have this? Do I have that? But you know what? I don't have to worry about cleaning my room. I don't have to pick up my dishes. I don't have to think about what I want for meals. It's just a matter of how many times do I want to go back to the buffet.
Yeah, yeah. And what side store is open selling food right now? Like
Yeah.
I can always find something to eat. When's pizza start? 2:00? Okay, 2:00. I'm getting pizza.
Right, exactly. So have you been going out of Galveston? Have you been on the Jubilee?
Jubilee was our first, and it was amazing. I made a video about Jubilee yesterday.
All right.
Love the Jubilee. It's a beautiful ship. And their whole Excel class. I mean, Mardi Gras and Celebration, they're beautiful. I love the upgrades that they've done and the kind of different approach. I say different approach, but some of the different things they've done on those class ships are really, really impressive.
Yeah, we've done the Mardi Gras twice, and I'm doing the Celebration in September for the first time for the Celebration. I keep wanting to go to Jubilee only because I want to have Kindle Fire. I've heard I've heard so much good about her that I'm like, I just want to see how she is.
Yeah. Well, here's the sad part. So we were on Jubilee. Kindle Fire was off that month.
Of course.
So we didn't get Kindle. And I was like, we've done all this research. We've looked it up. Kindle's supposed to be here. Nope, she's off.
Yeah. That would be my luck too.
We had I can't remember his last name. His name is Louis. He's from Australia, and I think he is primarily on the Dream.
Okay.
It's either the Dream or Breeze, but he was great. He was a great cruise director.
I've only had
better, but no, it's me. Yeah.
I'm sure you were. I think I've only had one bad cruise director on Carnival, and that was a horror story cruise line from the beginning. I mean, it was just bad all the way around to the point where it was the last week of his contract anyway, and
so he didn't care.
And no, he didn't care. He was on stage drinking beers the last day, so he was like, I don't really care anymore. But I've never seen it back since then. So
yeah, I was gonna say if you're ending your career, that's one way to go out.
Yeah,
because that it's going to travel to other cruise lines, or you may already have your other contract set up or whatever, but they hear about stuff like that, they'll revoke your contract and go, we'll find somebody else, man. We're not going to put up with this.
So the majority of your content is cruise content, right? Or do you do other travel related content?
As of now, no. Now, my wife is still all about an all inclusive. She loves just going and sitting and being in one spot because she doesn't get motion sick on the beach. I get it. Right. But primarily our content's all cruise related. We're eventually going to break out into other travel things, but we're really trying to just stay in the cruise niche right now. It's where we're at in life, with our little kid. We don't want to take him to an all-inclusive in Mexico where things could happen. And I know things can happen everywhere, but I feel like on a boat we're limiting danger.
You're not worried about the poop cruise happening again like everybody else is apparently?
I'm not. I mean, that was 2013. That was a long time ago. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. So the Concordia that tipped over on the reef happened in 2012. 2013 happened the poop cruise. Those two back-to-back catastrophes did a lot of good for the cruise industry because it made them look at everything and go, we have some big problems here.
Right.
We need to fix this. Otherwise, we're just billions of dollars in lawsuits waiting, you know? So, not to say it's never going to happen again, that we're not going to have an accident that's catastrophic on a cruise line like that. But at the same time, they're taking note. They're trying to make it better. I'm not going
Right.
to say it's fully better, but I mean, I'm not worried about it. I try not to worry about anything. I just want to be on the boat.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you're on the boat and you stop at a port, are you an excursion person? Are you one to go out on your own? Or you stay on the ship the whole time?
I am a put me in a chair on the beach guy. I'm
Okay.
not really an excursions guy. Maybe eventually, like me and the wife are trying to plan a cruise. It's just us. October, Mariner of the Seas. It's our honeymoon cruise. We're going on it by ourselves, no kids. And we talked about trying to do an excursion, but then again, we're like, just bucket of beers on the beach. We're happy. We just want to be in the sand and the water, and that's kind of where we're at.
And I get that. And a lot of people will ask me, being from Florida right now, I don't really care to go to the beach. I can go to the beach on a Tuesday just because. So when I go there, I was like, I don't want to do a beach day. I don't really care to. I'm definitely not going to pay for an all inclusive beach day. I've got free food and free drinks on the ship, so why would I pay extra to sit on the beach and have somebody else's free drinks? We used to not be excursion people either, just because a family of five, when you're planning out excursions, and that's an extra $100 a day per person,
Right.
and that way you're already paying for the cruise 2 or 3 times by the end of it. Like, I don't know if we're going to do all that. But now that
I definitely see it as like extras, like
right.
I always call it nickel and diamond people, like the excursions, whether it's booked through the cruise line or out of the cruise line, it's to me, it's just a way to get more money out of your pocket. And I'm like, I like to do things as cheap as possible. I'm a penny pincher myself. So getting on the boat, buying our drink package, I'm cool with being on the boat for 5-7 days, whatever.
Right.
You're going to drop me off in a different country? Cool, I'll go walk around. I'm probably not going to do anything but sit on the beach.
What's your favorite port that you've been to?
So, funny story. We went to, when we were on Jubilee, actually. We went to Roatan, Cozumel, and Costa Maya. And everything we looked up was just like, oh, Roatan's terrible. There's nothing to do there. It's just the beach. And it's, everybody kind of was like dogging it. So we were like, okay, maybe we'll skip Roatan. And we got up late that morning. We were like, well, let's just go walk around. Let's just go look. Roatan was our favorite port. We loved it. It was beautiful. Because when we got off the boat, like I said, we got off late. We probably got off at 11 o'clock. Like, we didn't jump up and leave the ship early.
Right.
So we missed all the lines, all the traffic to get off, which was amazing. There wasn't hardly like anybody in the town square, I'll call it, which was cool. So like we could just like walk in or shop and nobody was hounding us. And they're like, we already caught the rush.
Right.
And then we just went down to the beach and chilled, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a really pretty beach because like at Cozumel, if you go to like Mr. Sancho's or something, the beach is really rocky. Like there's sand, but like you still want to bring those sea shoes or water shoes because there's a ton of rocks out there. But Roatan, I was like, this beach is awesome. Tons of sand. The biggest problem is, at least where we were sitting, there was just a huge drop off. As soon as you get in the water, I was like, okay, well, that's fine. Still like knee deep, but it's a little drop.
Yeah, it's that way all across that beach. Same thing. You walk about, you go from ankle to knee in about half a second. Yeah, that's probably the only place that I actually go and sit around on the beach and just hang out on the beach is there. Because it's nice, it's easy, it's beautiful. There's a lot of things to do, or there's absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah. And we like that. And like I said, we're not excursion people. We might get there eventually. We might want to do like a tequila tasting or a wine tasting or something to do with booze because we're drinkers. But just sitting on the beach, watching the waves come in, watching my kid play, like that's relaxing to us. And that's what we like to do. I don't need to go ATVing or snorkeling or hanging out with fish, whatever. Just sand, ocean, and not a thought in my head is what I go for.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about cruising is that you can do as much or as little as you want to do.
And you still feel like you got your money's worth,
Right.
you know? At least, so I've been to two all inclusives in Mexico, one in Cabo, one in Riviera Maya. Both beautiful resorts, not even trying to hate on them. But I felt like there was a lot less to do when I wanted to do something. And the stuff that they did have going on, I was just like, me, okay, I'm here, I'm stuck here. I can't do a whole lot. I guess I'll go do that. It wasn't very entertaining. Now, the relaxation part, they had it down. I can go sit on the beach and they'll bring me beers for days. I can chill in my room and not do anything. The food was amazing. But when it did come to some entertainment things, I was like, yeah, okay, not so much.
Right.
Totally different when you get on a cruise ship. Cruise ship, they're like, let's do everything. Let's do it all right now. I was mad because I was missing stuff. Like they'd be doing the office trivia the same time as karaoke in the bar. And I'm like, what do I choose? This is a tough decision.
So what's your go-to karaoke song?
I actually have a lot because I love to sing. I don't claim to be a good singer, but I do love to sing. I do Dirt Road Anthem by Jason Aldean really well.
Okay.
That's probably my absolute go-to. Another one that you don't hear often is No Leaf Clover by Metallica. That's a good one. I've done that one more local than on cruise ships, but I don't know. I constantly have to travel for work sometimes, so I do a lot of windshield time and I do a lot of car karaoke in the truck. And
any advice for first-time cruisers?
Probably. You had to put me on the spot. I have like tips for days. Don't stress yourself out. That's probably my biggest. Don't stress about it. Just do it. I had somebody commenting on a video earlier today, and they're just like, I'm afraid I'm overpacking, and I'm like, overpack. What's it matter? Go on vacation. It's not a problem if you bring too much stuff. You'll just learn. Hey, next time, don't bring that. You didn't use it. You didn't need it. Then again, you may bring it next time or not bring it next time and need it.
Right.
So it's always a toss up. Different cruise lines, different stuff. It's hard to nail down any one thing, but just don't stress about it. FIBI, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just do
1,000%. Yeah. Yeah. I'm an overpacker and I don't really care. I'll constantly overpack.
It's one of those, I have no problem paying extra. I have no problem tipping extra for people to carry it for me. Like I want my stuff and I'm bringing it with me.
You main dining room person or buffet for dinner?
I'm a buffet guy. I like some main dining rooms, but I'm like, if I can go and get it myself all at once, eat as fast as I can go do more stuff. If I'm sitting here and, waiting for entrees and desserts and, refills, I'm wasting time. I like the main dining room, like special date nights, get to sit down with the wife, hang out with the family, whatever. But most of the time I'm like, can we just grab it and go? We got trivia in 5 minutes,
So you're definitely one to, as soon as you wake up to the time that you go to bed, you've got something going on the entire time.
Oh yeah, I have FOMO so bad. I don't want to miss anything. I stay up way too late doing stuff, and I'm like, no, we got this going, we got that going. And the worst part is I'm not a true planner. Like I just fly by the seat of my pants.
Mm-hmm.
My wife hates that.
I can see that.
She's a planner, and she's also like that. Can we just not do anything? Can we just chill? I just want to chill. And I'm like, no, we gotta go.
That is my wife and I. She's got a high stress job, a high busy job, and I don't. And I know that. So when we're on a cruise, she just wants to unplug everything and just stop. But I'm like, oh well, if we wake up at 5:30, we can go get a cup of coffee, go watch the sunrise, and then go have breakfast here. And she's like, no, I don't want to. So I end up, some things I end up doing by myself like that, and that's okay.
I did a lot of that because having a toddler on a cruise, it changes how you cruise. If you're traveling with little ones, you won't cruise the same if you're just going you and your wife, Right. So we would take turns, but mostly she would want to go and take a nap with him and decompress and re-up on her Dramamine. So I was like, cool, you need anything, call me. I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna go play shuffleboard. I'm gonna go do mini golf. I don't know where I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna be
Right.
somewhere, not making noise in the cabin while y'all take a nap. We're not afraid to separate on a cruise.
Yeah, we're not either. We'll do our own thing, and then we always make sure we come back for dinner. You know, we
Right, right. You always
always
meet
have
up for
dinner
food.
together as a family. But other than that, we don't have to spend every hour and every minute of every day on a cruise together.
Right, right.
Like I love you, but I also love my time away. So
Yep. We paid for this. I want to experience it my way too.
right, all right. We just got a couple minutes left because I know we both have other things we got to get done. You know, we got
Absolutely.
that whole work thing. So we, you know, it's kind of that balance. We got to work so we can pay for the cruise, but you know that whole
Right.
fun thing.
It's a vicious circle.
Yeah. One more time, remind everybody where they can find you and what's your next goal on TikTok? What's your next cruise? All those fun things.
Okay. So primarily you can find me on TikTok. It's Wonder Win Advent with periods in between, or just search Wonder Win Adventures or TikTok Cruise Director. You can probably search that and find me too. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We're about to probably start streaming live on YouTube and possibly Twitch. Some of my goals were really, I think we're like 50, 60 followers current time and date away from 2,500 followers. My goal is by the end of August to be at 5,000 followers, which is gonna be a lot, but I want my 5,000 followers in that time. I think we can do it. And then we've got some cruise content coming out. Probably closer to the end of the year, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on Mariner of the Seas because we're going in October. We're going to literally film everything we can, and then I'm going to try and piece it all together and make 4 or 5 YouTube videos about it. So be sure to check that out by the end of the year. That's it in a nutshell. We're just trying to grow and have fun.
And so far you've done great. I mean,
Yeah,
I've watched for a while and I've seen your watch hours and your followers go from like, you know, hundreds up to thousands and 1,500 and 2,000. Now you're pushing
yep,
2,500 and that's great. You've got
yep.
a great backing. You've got everything. I can definitely will vote for you and nominate you and hire you as cruise director for TikTok. I got no problem with that.
So I'm going to throw this out here real quick. Me and Captain Float Daddy are in a feud, and we're asking everybody to pick sides because there's not enough ship for the both of us. So you're going to have to pick your ship. Something big's coming, and
Right.
we're probably going to have to duke it out on a cruise ship.
All right. Well,
So we're trying to plan that out.
we'll make sure we sync Captain Float Daddy. That's no problem.
That's what we need to do. We just need to put him away, let him go sulk in his thermal suite. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be all right with that. I appreciate your time. Everybody go follow him. Go follow Clint. Watch him grow that. And you know, let's beat Captain Float Daddy. Let's because he's got a spork. And if anybody can do anything with the spork, it's Clint, and we know it, and we got him. We got your back, Clint.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you very much. So there you have it, straight from the TikTok cruise director's mouth on where he wants to take his channels into the future. And if you or anybody that you know is a cruise travel agent or a cruise TikToker or a cruise influencer of any kind that wants to come on here and do an interview with me like this, drop a comment below. Let me know who they are. Let me know who you are. And I will definitely set up a time that we can get together, talk about this so we can promote you, so we can get your name out there. We can get you more clients. We can get you more followers. We can get you more business. And ultimately, we can grow each other's channels together. But until then, always remember that a cruise day is better than a work day any day.